Hello everyone, my name is Jacob and today I should be building the Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter in Minecraft. So you have probably heard about the Black Hawk, at least from the movie, and there was a game as well, I'm pretty sure. It is quite a famous helicopter. It is of course an American helicopter. It was sort of made to replace the Huey, which you can see somewhere here. There it is, in the background. You can check the video on that out as well. So this thing is a bit more modernized. It is a bit more powerful. It has two engines for the added reliability, and all in all, it's just a cool helicopter. They are still in use today, so they're pretty modern, and I haven't built one before, so I have decided to build one today. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so I have sort of deviated from the original measurements of this helicopter a little bit here. So you can check out the measurements of the real world one on the interwebs. But in Minecraft I've sort of made that a little bit different. So the length of this helicopter is 19 blocks. So that's just the hull, just the fuselage, and then we have a width of 3 blocks in the fuselage. The rotor diameter is 13 slabs, and the height is 5 blocks. That should pretty much sum it up if you are building this one at home. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's start here. I'm gonna start at the front with the landing gear actually, and we're gonna build it right here. So the landing gear is positioned 3 blocks apart, like so, or actually it's positioned a little bit more apart, so that's 5 blocks actually. So we have some fences down here, or actually no, I'm just lying here. I was right before, so 3 blocks apart, and then we still have the fences, but they go underneath. So in the first version of the helicopter that I built, I sort of built it a bit too tall, and I didn't really like it, so I went to this sort of configuration with the slabs on the bottom. And I think it looks pretty good. You're gonna say if you like it or not. I'm gonna put a slab down here like so, and then I'm gonna go 3 out the front like this, and then I'm gonna put a couple at the back here. We're gonna extend this a bit later, so we have this sort of bottom of the helicopter, and then we're gonna extend it to the side, oops, with some green wool blocks. Now the sort of color of this helicopter can be different. It is normally sort of really dark grayish black, I think. I don't really have that color here, so I've gone for this dark green, and I think it looks pretty good. I've seen some pictures of them being green as well, so that's pretty appropriate, I think. But of course you can build it the way you want. So anyway, we're gonna sort of extend this a couple of blocks forward like this, and then we're gonna use some glass like so. So these are gonna be the windows for the pilots, and then we're gonna have a nose like so, and then we're gonna have the windshield, which is gonna be right here on top. So we're gonna have one single block right there in the middle, and then a couple down the sides like so. And that's pretty much our cockpit. Very simple, very standard, looks pretty good. Looks very similar to the Huey as well, so I think that's pretty good. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna extend it backwards with some blocks there, and then we're gonna extend these side walls as well, like so. We're gonna put in a couple of more black stained glass blocks, and a couple more blocks of wool, and this is pretty much the bottom of our fuselage. Nothing sort of very complex to it, so that's pretty much it. We're gonna then sort of make the tail section. So as you can see, the front section here is 3 blocks wide, and then we're gonna taper it down to just 1 block, and that's gonna continue all the way to the end of the tail basically. So we're gonna extend the bottom slabs 3 in length like so, and then we're gonna extend the middle here. As I said, we're gonna taper it down something like that. So basically we have only 2 blocks on the top, and we have a row on the bottom, which goes all the way, almost all the way to the back like so. There we go. So this is almost the full length, and then we're gonna put up a couple of slabs on the top here just to make it a little bit more solid, a little bit more rigid, and just to sort of add to it. And as you can see, it looks pretty cool now, pretty sleek. We're gonna sort of raise it up a bit because we need to fit in the engine compartment. But before we do that, I'm gonna put in the rear landing gear, which is gonna go right here, and it's gonna have a strut at the front there, and a couple of item frames, 1 on each side, and we're gonna have a couple on these wheels as well. And we have pretty much the bottom part of our fuselage. We're gonna extend the back first, I guess. We're gonna do the tail first. So we're gonna leave a gap of 1 block right above the landing gear wheel, and then right behind that we're just gonna go up like so, and we're gonna form this nice sort of sleek looking tail. We're gonna reinforce it with a couple of slabs, with just 1 there, and then we're gonna put in some winglets, which are gonna go at the very back on each side like so. Just 2 blocks, actually 2 slabs. And the rotor blades, gonna go so. So I've moved it a block out because otherwise it would touch the bottom block there, and it's just a sort of 2 diameter rotor there, and nothing to it. That's pretty much it for the tail, and very cool. So what we're gonna do next is add the defining feature of this helicopter, and it is this thing right here. Now don't ask me what it's called because I don't know. I sort of looked around a bit, but I didn't really find what it's called or why it's used, but it looks really cool, and it is sort of on almost every one of these helicopters you see, I guess, and it sort of is a bit different. I'm not sure again what it is. It could be an antenna, but I don't think so. It could be a sort of an armament, I'm not sure, but we're gonna put that in because it looks really cool, and it sort of defines this helicopter. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a slab on the bottom here like so. So basically this goes right on the as you can see here, right on the bottom of the windshield, on the side there. And then we're gonna use our end rods like so. We're gonna put 4 of them like so, and that way we're gonna form that sort of spear kind of thingy. Anyway, enough about that because I really don't know what it's about. So let's continue with something that I know a little bit more about, if that is even a little more. So we're gonna start on the top here with adding some slabs. So basically we're gonna try to cover the whole top as always, and we're gonna do that with slabs on the front here, just to sort of taper it nicely. And then we're gonna continue by adding the blocks. So we're gonna have 1 in the middle there. We're gonna have a sort of a row down the middle, basically all the way to right here. So we have a sort of bridge, and then we're gonna have the engines sort of on the side. So we're gonna have a couple of furnaces like so and like so. So these are gonna be our air intakes. And then we're gonna have a couple of blocks behind those, like so. And then we're gonna have a couple of skulls, if I can find some, just for decoration, like so and like so. Okay, so we are almost finished now. We just need to build the rotor, and that's pretty much gonna be it. So as I said before, the rotor diameter is gonna be 13 blocks. We're gonna build a 4-bladed rotor, and we're gonna start with a fence post like so, and then with a middle slab like that, and then we're just gonna go 6 blocks, or actually 6 slabs in every sort of direction, every diagonal direction, and that's pretty much how we're gonna do it. So let's do that. There we go, we have 6 here, and then we just sort of build it to the same length on all the other sides, and that should pretty much do. So on the real helicopter there is also a 4-bladed propeller, rotor, and it looks kind of cool as well. It is sort of canted forward. I imagine that's for the added speed, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so I think that's pretty much it. So a very sort of simple build here again, and a very sort of iconic helicopter as well. I would argue that it's not so iconic than maybe the Huey, because the Huey was sort of the main thing during the Vietnam War era, and it was really cool, and it was sort of cutting edge technology. And this thing is just sort of it's more advanced, but it's not seen as much, I guess, or at least I think so. But anyway, still a very cool sort of air machine, a very cool helicopter. It has its own vibe. It's sort of outstanding as well. But I think yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, as I said before, you can check out the video on the Huey. Also, if you like this video, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my other videos. So as you can see, I have a lot of helicopters here. The Chinook is there as well. I have whatever your heart wants, whatever you want to see in Minecraft, basically I have it. So check out those videos, and again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.